Hello there. I'm finding that interest in astrology has never been greater than it is right now. And a big shift seemed to take place in the previous decade in the onesies. And there were lots of posts on Facebook, particularly alerting people to the existence of Mercury retrogrades. And all the tone did seem to be a little bit fear-mongering and scaring. Actually, it was a breakthrough because people started to realise that the influences of planets are significant and do have an effect on us. So Mercury retrograde, rather than something to be frightened of, is simply a golden opportunity to go within, spend less time communicating in the external world and spend more time in listening to your own communications, the thoughts that you have about yourself and other people. That's really what Mercury retrograde is an opportunity to do. So when you see it like that, that's actually very valuable. However, it's Pluto in Aquarius that I'm here to speak to you about. So we're on the countdown now, because on the 21st of January 2024, Pluto, that's been dipping in and out of Aquarius and Capricorn, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, relatively from our position in the Earth, is going to settle itself into Aquarius for a good old 20 years. And that really is going to have an impact. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to say something about it. Pluto is regarded to be the shadow, the dark side, the trauma, the parts of ourselves we wish to gloss over and never share on social media, and all the rest of it. But Pluto also has another aspect, which I give gratitude to Kaipatra for reminding me of this fact, which is Pluto is also the soul. So what's happening is this planet that embodies dramatic, traumatic change, the shadow, what is hidden, also representing the soul, moving from Capricorn into Aquarius. So what that means for us all is that this energy has been very present and has been felt by institutions and governments attempting to control people in various different ways. And there's been an exciting shift from this into what's coming next. And what is coming next is our opportunity to create the society, the culture, the communities, the world that we wish to see. So one of the most useful things you can do at this time is to start to take your attention towards others in a particular way. So what I recommend is, at this time, it would be such a helpful thing to do to find out what it is that you love doing and get together with people who love doing the same thing. And I guess you all know that one of my big things is dance, and so I have dance church every week in Glastonbury, so that's a way that I can connect with this energy. Now, singing and dancing are two of a small list of activities which are incredibly helpful. It's singing, dancing, sex, and a number of other creative activities that actually harmonise the left and the right hemispheres of the brain. And in case you're wondering, we've now entered Paddington Farm, which is a great place. That's their camping field. We just passed their camping orchard. That's the direction of Wells. It's a particularly interesting building. and every Tuesday morning I go and get my vegetables on the Paddington Farm organic stall in Glastonbury Town Centre. So what I'm saying is, whatever it is that you are passionate about, that inspires you, get together with other people that enjoy doing the same thing, and when you do, you will discover the true magic of Pluto and Aquarius. So a couple of 100 years ago, or thereabouts, 1770s, there were some really major developments on the world stage, and that was the last time that Pluto went from Capricorn into Aquarius. It was a movement from people feeling controlled by organisations into people rising up, and we had various movements that most of us are aware of, like American independence, the French letting go of their monarchy. So that's the flavour in that particular time. But the flavour is going to be different this time. So one of the things we need to be very, very much aware of, and yes, that is a tour in the distance, is electricity. Because the difference between this Pluto and Aquarius and the previous one is electricity was not dominating people's lives the way it is now. So we have access to so many forms of communication which didn't exist then, and this is going to give everything a very different flavour. Part of the energy of Aquarius is about really big change, and it does involve everything to do with electricity, which includes AI and all the rest of it. And we've all got our opinions about these changes, and what I feel is really helpful to remember is that resistance to change doesn't do us a great deal of favours, really, because what we're doing is we're actually in denial of what is. So this time of Pluto and Aquarius is going to be mixed. There are things we're going to love about it, there are things that we will dislike about it, but whatever our personal opinions are, the most helpful thing to do is to move into a place of, it is what it is, and I'm going to do my best to be present to what is, what I like, what I don't like. Be present to it, be transparent to it. Don't set up any blocks of resistances which are only going to be counterproductive for your own growth and development. And that was rather beautiful there, because I could have gone into resistance about the car on the road, but I felt the best thing to do is to go into acceptance and move out of the way. So isn't that perfect that I've been given that little metaphor? That really is our choice. How do we respond to the changes? Well, that's the advice that I'm being given loud and clear. Step out of the way where appropriate is a good one. And be open to the benefits of things we might not like. So here's another one. When things happen that we don't like. Being open to change gives us a huge advantage over being closed. And I'm certainly surrendering to the cold and the wind this morning. Whoa. Yeah. Whoops. Causing me to lose my balance with the camera. And I had something else I wanted to mention. However, I feel I might have run out of my capability to be able to speak without pausing. So thank you ever so much for being out with me. And I'm walking towards Glastonbury Tor. It's a walk that I did in 2022 when I invited a bunch of people who'd been to the retreats at the Octagon to stay in Paddington Farm as a camp together and to go off and be in the summer solstice together. And we did the sunrise, we did the actual moment when the sun moved from Gemini into Cancer, and the sunset. And going up and being on the Tor and celebrating 3 times in one day, what a magical experience that was. So I'm looking forward to being on the Tor this summer solstice coming up. So thanks very much for watching, and I'm going to press the stop button now. All love to you.